I did not make this reaction video on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday because all levels of this house were occupied with my family, so I couldn't make this video without having unwanted noise or one of my family members, a person of my family, or multiple persons of my family asking, "What am I doing?" or adding unwanted noise in the reaction video. So that's why it's being made. That's why I made it today and not Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. The Titans lost a great close game to the Rams, 27-23. My game prediction for this was mostly wrong. I predicted the Titans would win a decent close game. 27-20 was a great close game that they lost. 27-23. So mostly amazed that I could get the score right as far as one part of the score right, but then switched. Except it wasn't for the Titans; it was for the Rams. Along with continue to be in the ballpark as far as for the scores, which again is in the 20s. But along with the other stuff getting wrong, mostly got wrong about this game. Titans will win time possession. They didn't win time possession. The Rams won time possession, and it was mostly the Rams won time possession because they had 30 minutes and something amount of seconds. The Titans had 29 minutes and something amount of seconds. So the Rams had a advantage, but not a huge advantage, but still an advantage as far as winning for time of possession. The DeMarco Murray would run for over 60 yards. He didn't run for over 60 yards because he was contained by the ferocious Rams defense. Henry would run for over 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. That didn't happen either because he ran for zero touchdown. He ran for 0 touchdowns and didn't come close to running for 115 yards because he was also contained by the ferocious Rams defense. And the type the oh yeah, Mario would throw for 2 touchdown passes. He threw for 0 touchdown passes. Was also contained by the ferocious Rams defense because they were for 0 touchdown passes, and he didn't run for any touchdown passes. Titans only had one offensive touchdown. And on to this game. Now talking about the game, cons. The cons of this game is Titans. They had multiple cons of this game, including ones that were I would put as the main reasons as far as why they lost this great close game. And I'll say these are the reasons why they lost a great close game. Starting with the cons, the Titans defense ended up giving up 4 touchdowns to the Rams, which proved to be detrimental in a great close game because they lost it by 4. And so if they were able to have held the Rams to just if one field goal or to a field goal, then highly to more than just a field goal. They were able to hold the Rams to multiple field goals, and then the Titans would be able to win this game. But talking about having given up the 4 touchdowns, they were ones that were preventable, there ones weren't preventable, and there was the first one that was proved to not be preventable or avoidable because there was no Titans defender in far corner to defend that Ram. They easily scored that first touchdown, and there was another touchdown, and that was all possible because of Mark. And Rams had the momentum because Mariota threw a interception. Rams were able to get it to midfield, and Rams were able to take advantage and score 6 points. Take advantage and score a touchdown. They missed the extra point, but were still able to score a touchdown from that interception. Also, there was another touchdown by the Rams. There was a screen pass to Gurley, and he easily ran for a touchdown, which was also hugely embarrassing because there was no Titan even close to actually tackling Gurley. And then when they finally do touch Gurley, he's already in the end zone. So that was That was a touchdown that was preventable, mostly because if they were able to tackle Gurley and possibly maybe the Rams would have had to settle for a field goal, maybe, or maybe they don't score any points at all. But because no Titans defender was even close to making that play, and including the free safety, the last line of defense, their Rams, no sweat, were able to score that screen pass TD, which was a huge play. Another huge play that the Rams scored on. There were two other touchdowns that were both huge plays by the Rams, which went over 15 yards. And there was one in the far corner of the end zone. Again, no Titan defender was even close to, wasn't even in the area to actually defend that Rams. So it's embarrassing, mainly because it's busted coverage, and Rams had no problem at all scoring a touchdown from that deep long pass from Goff. And then the worst, and then another one of the ones that we called abysmal or dreadful, along with that screen pass, scored along with the screen pass that Gurley easily scored, possibly be the worst, mainly because Titans had an opportunity to prevent the Rams from running for a first down and a touchdown. Is the one on 4th and 1, the one where, if I recall right, yeah, I might be getting the amount wrong, but I do recall that there was no false start called on the Rams. But even with that being the situation and no false start, the Titans still were in great position to prevent the Rams from running for a first down and a touchdown, because there were two Titans defenders. There was one missed tackle, and then because there were two missed tackles, and either one of those Titans makes the tackle, then the Rams don't run for a first down and they don't run for a touchdown and get that extra point. That's 7 points to the Rams. So that was the most embarrassing of all the touchdowns, mainly because the Titans had an opportunity to prevent the Rams from running for a first down and a touchdown, but they didn't because of two missed tackles. And other cons. Oh yeah, the Titans. There were of the plays that were the main reason. I can put down what I think most persons why exactly the Titans lost this game. Main reasons being there was that missed field goal by Suckup. That's game they lost by 4 points. There was 3 points they could have scored, and then there was also they had to settle for a field goal because of a false start, and the Rams were able to tackle Mariota, and Titans weren't able to move it in the end zone after that false start, so the Titans had to settle for 3 points. So maybe if they don't have that false start, they're able to run or pass for a touchdown, and let's just assume they make the extra point, so that's 10 points. That's 10 points that the Titans have, and that's a big difference. That's a big difference in a game that they lost by 4 points. That's a difference in a game that they lost by 4 points. They would have, it'd be 30. The Titans would have the advantage of having scored over 29 points. They would have 30 points to be, so that's 10 points the Titans could have had, and also there's 7 points the Rams don't get if the Titans defense, if either one of the Titans defenders doesn't miss that tackle, and the Rams don't get that first down, they don't get that touchdown. So there's 7 points removed from the Rams, and there's 10 points the Titans could have had. There's 10 points the Titans could have had, 3 without a doubt, if Suckup makes that field goal. And also maybe there's possibly 6 points that the Rams don't get if Mariota doesn't throw that interception. If he doesn't throw that interception, possibly the Rams don't get that 6 points, and maybe the Titans move that ball and they're able to score a field goal or touchdown. Which again, so that's 10. That's three no doubt. That's 10, 16, 17, or 13 points the Titans could have had, and the Titans could have had that they didn't because they didn't execute, and 7 points that they could have prevented the Rams from scoring. And in a game that they lost by 4 points, those are the four primary reasons why the Titans lost this great close game. The didn't make the tackles on Rams when they ran for a first down and touchdown. 7 points the Rams don't get that false start. Most highly possible that the Titans throw or run for a touchdown. That's 7 points the Titans get, and Suck Up makes that field goal. Added up, that's 10 points that the Titans have, and then also that also the interception thrown by Mariota, and if he doesn't throw that interception, then maybe that's 6, or maybe that's 7 points the Titans get, 3 points the Titans get, and that would increase and that's 6 points the Rams don't get, and that'd make a big difference. Add all those up, this is 10 points or possibly 13, 16, or 17 points for the Titans, and 13 points the Rams don't get, and in a game they lost 27-23. That would have made a big difference when you have all these these are 4 plays where the Titans actually execute, including on off, and with Mariota doesn't make that mistake of the INT, that the Rams are able to benefit and score a touchdown from that. So these are all the main reasons put down for why the Titans lost this game, along with the fact that on the game-winning drive, the Titans weren't able to move it. They weren't able to move it past midfield, and if they would have just scored a touch, they had to move it past midfield, and they had to get in the end zone. So even with this being also that Titans on their final drive, they weren't able to make the major plays when needed the most, and what was going to be a game-winning drive because they needed a touchdown to win. So you put that down as top 5 reasons as far as why the Titans lost this great close game, including they didn't make the major plays when needed the most on their final possession for final offense possession or final drive. Move on to the pros. The Titans made this a great close game, which is terrific because the NFL is a kind of entertainment, and it is extremely boring to watch, because most persons predicted this was going to be an easy, no sweat win for the Rams. The Rams are steamrolling the Titans, and that's extremely boring to watch, undramatic, and unentertaining. But it wasn't that. Mariota proved resilient because even after throwing that interception, he didn't have any turnovers after that. He was able to move the Titans down the field, and the Titans were able to score 3 field goals. Could have scored 4 field goals, except Suck Up wasn't able to make one, and the Titans did have an offensive possession where they did score a touchdown, which was impressive because they were playing against a great Rams defense, a great Rams team that has a great, ferocious defense. And Adoree Jackson, he proved to be... He was great. He had that great return. He had that great return on special teams of over 45 yards. That was a major... Titans took advantage of the momentum of that play because I think that was the same drive where they were able to move the ball and score their only offensive touchdown. So it was great, and he was able to prove effective on the defense. So Jackson made the big play on the special teams with that big return, and he was also proved decent for the defense as far as defending the Rams. So it was great that he had a decent game for both special teams and the defense. And the Titans defense, because the time of possession was only advantage to the Rams, but not by a high amount. And the Titans were able to move the ball, eat up clock, move the chains. Titans defense was rested, and that proved to be great for the Titans because Titans defense was able to get stops when were able to get stops most when needed most, including to give the Titans an offense a chance to, the Titans a chance to win this game because the Rams weren't able to because the Rams only won this by 4 points. They weren't able to get a first down or score a touchdown to put the game out of reach. So the Titans still had still an opportunity late in this game to win this game, but they weren't able to move it past the midfield and get in the end zone to score that game-winning touchdown. But still had an opportunity to win this game, mainly because the Titans' defense defended when needed the most. It was also Titans end up gaining momentum. That proved to be disruptive because Goff, he was knocked down. I think if I recall, he was knocked down, and the Rams didn't have momentum after that because the field goal it was denied by it was hit the goalpost and wasn't close to going in. So Titans had the momentum from that, and also Titans defense ended up making an impressive great play with Casey. He was completely unblocked, just freaking spears or rocks Goff. He freaking fumbles, and Woodyard easily grabs the ball and then runs in for a touchdown, which proved to be major because it gave the Titans because the Titans offense was only able to score only one offensive touchdown, so that proved to be major because it kept the Titans in the game and it gave them the lead. So Titans offense isn't able to score more than one offensive touchdown, then the defense stepped up, and now why Titans again? Now they've lost 3 consecutive games. Now why am I not panicking? Why am I not despairing or giving up hope that the Titans are going to make the playoffs? It's mainly because this was against an NFC team. Their last game that they play is against the Jaguars, an AFC team, and I have read the information, and it's simple for the Titans. All they got to do to make the playoffs, all they got to do to make the playoffs is defeat the Jaguars, and they'll go to the playoffs as a wild card. Win and they're in. It's that simple, because even if the Chargers and the Buffalo Bills, even if either one of them or both of them finish with a 9-7 record, and the Titans defeat the in that situation, the Titans defeat the Jaguars, it won't matter that the Bills and Chargers, if they finish 9-7, if the Titans also defeat the Jaguars, for them, mainly because the Titans would have the ultimate tiebreaker of having the best conference record of the Bills and the Chargers. Of the 3 teams, the Titans would have the best conference record, and so that's why I'm still optimistic, and I'm still confident that the Titans are going to make the playoffs and defeat the Jaguars in possibly could be I'm optimistic could be a decent close game, even if the Jaguars might be using maybe their second stringers. So that's why I'm still confident, even with the Titans having lost 3 consecutive games, that they're going to make the playoffs, because it's just the best case scenario is what they have is it's simple. They just need to beat the Jaguars to make the playoffs, because they would have the best conference record of the Bills and the Chargers, even if they also finish 9-7. So I'm confident that the Titans at home versus the Jaguars in a major game that they're going to win and make the playoffs as a wild card. Now it's not as impressive as, even with it not being impressive, because it comes down to the final game and they have to win in the final game. I don't care, mainly because Titans have had a playoffs drought, which has been going. They haven't made the playoffs since 2008, and it's become it's extremely challenging to continue to watch the NFL playoffs, and it's extremely challenging to watch the NFL playoffs and continue to not see the Titans in the playoffs. It can still be exciting, but not as exciting because I'm a Titans fan. So I want to see the Titans finally end this long playoffs drought of not having made the playoffs since 2008. And also, even with them making the playoffs, it wasn't as impressive as it could be. So it's not negative that they make the playoffs, because that playoff drought is no longer there, and there's still going to be more than likely changes going to be made because the Titans and because the offense has mostly been unimpressed. It's been mostly bad with Trubisky. Has been mostly bad or terrible for a noticeable amount of this season, including late in the final two quarters of the season. So even if the Titans do make the playoffs, there's still going to be changes made because if they do make the playoffs, it took them the final game to make the playoffs, and they end up losing a winnable games versus the Cardinals, versus the 49ers, versus great close game that they couldn't win against the Rams, and all those. You got two winnable games that they didn't win: the 49ers, the Cardinals, and so more than likely changes are going to be made because those are two winnable games that one of them they could have won, and the other was a possibility they could have won. So still more than likely change is going to be made because it took the Titans. They weren't able to win the AFC South, and they had a good opportunity to win the AFC South. They ended up choking that away, and as a result, the Titans have to win in their final game to make the playoffs. So the defense still is having still might be changes made for the defense as far as defensive coaches, because the Titans continue to give up. Maybe also changes for the defense, offense. No, if not, still got no doubt that the changes are still going to be made because, again, it took the Titans make the playoffs. It took them the final game of the season to make the playoffs, which was extremely avoidable if they had just won a winnable game versus the 49ers or the Cardinals or both of them, and that's my long reaction video of Rams defeating the Titans in a great close game, 27-23.